It's time to craft. Let's go. Well, let's go, guys. So, in my first DIY, you see I have those 3 foam pumpkins that you can find at the Dollar Tree. I gave them all a coat of that cashew color paint. It is the Waverly brand chalk paint, and I covered each one of them with that and added some Mod Podge on there. And now you see I'm taking this little straw barrel that you can get at the Dollar Tree, and I am sprinkling this all over the pumpkin. So this idea came to me probably around 3 weeks ago, and I wasn't able to use my left arm as much as I am now. Again, I still have pain, so I have to kind of take it easy. So this was a project that took a while to get through. But as you can see, I just glued the pumpkins in a topiary style. I added some of that moss that I purchased from Carolina Pottery, and I put some in the crevices of each layer of the pumpkin. And I also added some to the top of the pumpkin where the pumpkin stem or the peduncle is located. And you will see that coming up in the next couple clips. Now guys, this will be my last fall DIY for 2024. I am retiring this for the rest of the year. And now we're going to move right on to DIY number 2. And we are going to do the same thing, make another topiary. And we are painting this in the color Snow White. This is another Waverly brand chalk paint that you can find at Walmart. And so I'm making sure that I give each one of these pumpkins a good coverage of this chalk paint. Now, I did make the mistake of not covering my hands with the gloves. So now, as I told you, I end up with a cough. So now I have the cough that is associated with me not doing what I know I needed to do. Anyway, as you can see, even though you see that little orange spot right there, I did go back and cover it up real good with more paint. It wasn't fully dry. But as you can see, I am just painting each one of the pumpkins with this paint. And that is going to be it. But not before I add some Mod Podge on this. And I am going to take some of that white sand that you can find at the Dollar Tree, and I am going to sprinkle it all over this pumpkin, because what I wanted to do in my head was to give these pumpkins a wintry feel. So it was almost like, okay, go with me guys, in my head. It was almost like going into a pumpkin patch during a snowstorm and finding pumpkins, right, that has been covered in snow. And yeah, and that's what I did. I came up with that in my head. You know, I always tell you, if you are a regular on my channel, that if it comes to my head, I have to get it out. And this was no exception. And as you can see, I just sprinkled it on there, sprayed some of that, actually applied the Mod Podge to it. And then I added the peduncle, or the tree branch that I had cut down. I actually was able to cut some down, adding some of these little stems that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. And then you see me just actually frocking the tree, these little limbs or these little pigs, with some of that white paint to make it look like it was snow. So, and that idea came to my head, and I really wished I would have added a little more branches to it, but nevertheless, you know, you can kind of add to it if you decide to recreate this, maybe for the winter. And now we're moving on to DIY number 3. And what I'm doing is actually taking one of those wood squares that I've purchased at the Dollar Tree. And you saw this in one of the haul videos, and I will link that video to this video. And I am applying some of that Waverly brand chalk paint in the color plaster to it. And I am making sure that I give this a good coat. Now this is a dry wood, so it did soak up that paint really well, which I was surprised at that, because the Waverly brand chalk paint is really a thick paint and you usually get good coverage, but I did have to add several. But as you can see, I am using one of the picks from the this fall calendar, or this calendar. I can't remember if this was the 2023 or 2024 calendar, but I just went and found the one that had the white pumpkins on it. I thought it was very pretty, and I am using that as my focal point for this project. And I did make sure that the Mod Podge was dry, and then I kind of fit this piece of the calendar to it, parchment paper, and ironed over it, and then that just reactivated the Mod Podge. And now I am outlining the piece with some of this braided jute rope that I had purchased from Amazon. This is the thicker rope, and this came out really cute. You guys got to let me know what you think. As a matter of fact, make sure you let me know what you think about all of these projects. And while you watch me continue with this, guys, I want to welcome all of my new and returning subscribers to my channel. I want to thank you all for clicking on that subscribe button and helping me reach the 1,000 subscriber mark. Thank you guys so much. I am so excited about that. And as you can see here, I am taking a mini break. I was actually watching my girl Felicia at BOK Media Life. I was watching one of her videos and I had to comment on it. And then I also was watching one of Kay's At Home with Kay videos, and I had to make sure I commented on hers as well. But as you can see, I am just burning the phrase off of this piece. If you are a regular on my channel, you know that's one thing I do not like, the phrase that's on the ropes. And then you see I just took that same twine and I made a hanger out of it. And now where the joints or the rope met and it wasn't a clean cut, I just added some of those half beads that I purchased from the Dollar Tree, not the Dollar Tree, from Amazon to finish off that project. And now we're moving to DIY number 4. And since this is my last fall video, I decided to just use up those stems or those branches that I had cut down, and I made a rustic, and I mean rustic, pumpkin out of it. So just use your imagination, because we as crafters can make pumpkins out of anything, and this was no exception. And so as you can see, I'm just using glue to go around this piece and just add some of those stems. They are not all treated equal. They are not equally cut. So some was larger, some was fatter, some was smaller, shorter, but I made it work. And I intentionally left the larger one at its size so that it would be distinguishable from the other branches and to give it the appearance of a peduncle. Now, as you can see, when I say these are not treated equal, they are not. And so I want to go ahead and pause right here and just make sure that if you have not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you go ahead and click on that subscribe button, and don't forget about the notification bell. That way YouTube will notify you when I upload anything to my channel. And guys, always make sure that you check out my community tab, because there I will post any updates on any new projects, any new happenings in my life, just anything that's not wherein it's not a DIY. So check out that that community tab of my channel. And as you can see, I added some of that moss around the pumpkin, air quote, and now I'm creating a jute twine bow using some of that twine that I purchased at Walmart. This twine, this big old roll, was like $4.86. And now we're going to move on to our DIY number 5. I have one of those wood rounds that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. I am using the burnt umber paint by Apple Barrel as a stain. And when I say I'm using it as a stain, that's because I'm taking the baby white and just applying the burnt umber paint to the wood piece. This is a good way if you have like any allergies or any lung issues. This is a good way to obtain a stained look without the smells. And I actually like the color of it. Now I'm still stuck on that walnut tint, but for this project I just opted for the burnt umber paint. And I was going to do some type of rock creation, but then I decided against it. Instead, I just took, and I think that word says Hello Autumn, and I decided to use one of those window clings to add to this piece, since I have not used one for the year, especially since I'm not actually at work. And by the time I get back to work, it'll be time for me to decorate the office for Christmas. So as you can see, I am just using the Mod Podge to secure the window cling to this piece. This was a very simple and easy project, and it was less than $2 to make. So as you can see, I have a twine and I just created a hanger with it. And now we're looking at and moving towards DIY number 6. I have some of these little glass, the plastic, hard plastic little glassware. And I again am using that hay barrel that you can purchase at the Dollar Tree. And I am adding the hay inside each one of these. Now I was going to do something different with this, but then I decided against it. And now as you can see, I'm just removing the little clamps that's on the bottom of these little pumpkins that you can find at the Dollar Tree. Added them on the inside of the piece as if it's a candle. And then now I'm taking one of those signs that I purchased from Roses over the summer on clearance for 50 cents. And I just painted it using that Waverly brand chalk paint in the color Cashew. And then I will glue down each one of these little glass containers to this to make this a riser, or well, a riser, but it's going to be a permanent one. So guys, again, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please make sure you click on that subscribe button. And don't forget about the notification bell. That way YouTube will notify you when I upload to the channel. And guys, as you can see, I have used that burnt umber paint to distress the wood piece. And that is going to really be it with this project, other than I did find some of those, I forgot what the name of those little things are, where they come from. I can't remember, guys, but I did use these little plastic pieces. I want to say they came from some blinds that we had. I'm not sure if you recognize that. I just forgot. Let me know if you know what those came from. But anyway, I used those as the feet of this little stand or this riser. And this turned out really cute. I can't wait for you guys to see how all of these projects are styled. And now we're moving on to DIY number 7. I again am using one of those square wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. I am adding some Mod Podge to it, drying the Mod Podge. Now, sometimes this works well, other times this process does not. But you really should probably just let this air dry. But what I wanted to do was just make this an even simpler project. I had some extra fabric. This fabric did come from, I want to say this one came from Walmart. And so I basically just reactivated the Mod Podge by using my little iron and ironing the fabric so that it becomes secure to the piece. I cut off all the rough edges to give this a clean feel, and now all the ones that I couldn't cut off, I just used the little knife right here that I purchased from the Dollar Tree to remove the extra fabric from around the edges. I did take a not a match, what you call those things, a lighter, and burn the edges off really well. So again, guys, I want to welcome all of my new subscribers to the channel. You guys just do not know how excited I am to have worked really hard and had, you know, a lot of the Fab Five ladies and my little sis Keisha over at Keisha the Stylist to really support my channel, Sonia's Home Crafting, you know, for just supporting your girl. So thank you all for, you know, assisting me in reaching that 1K subscriber mark. Now I'm actually at 1,007. I'm not sure why it's not showing, but I'm there. But anyway, thank you guys. I really appreciate you so much. And again, just as I did with the other project, I've already cut the strips of that braided jute twine or jute rope, and I am going to trim up the edges and basically do the same exact thing, giving this a border as I did with the other project. And you know what, when I was doing this, I think I misaligned this, guys. I'm like, how did I mess that up? But I did, and you'll see that in the reveal. And now we are moving to DIY number 8. This is the final DIY for tonight. I basically just used that burnt umber paint, gave it a stain, and then now I'm taking this pumpkin that I purchased at this wood pumpkin that I purchased at Rose's and just glued that down on top. Did a heavy distress on it, and that was it, other than adding some of that moss to the bottom of it. And guys, we're moving into the reveal. Now, did this not turn out cute? I think this is so cute, and I'm going to say it because many have not heard me say it in a while. It's cute. And look at this one, guys. This is what I consider my wintry pumpkin. I think it turned out really, really, really cute. You guys got to let me know what you think about this pumpkin as well. And then here is my pumpkin made of the branches or the sticks. And I just styled it with the fish, Jesus Christ, that I made a couple of weeks ago. And this turned out nice. And then here's the one, the little stand that I made using these. Instead of using like candles, I instead used those little pumpkins that you can find at the Dollar Tree. This turned out really cute. And then another wall sign that says thankful and blessed. I just heavily distressed this. Just, you know, that is my thing. If you are new to my channel, I do like rustic, so you will see a lot of rustic decor come from this channel. And then this Hello Autumn, using that window clean piece. I think this turned out amazing. All of these did. I mean, very inexpensive and very cute. And this is simple, but this came out cute as well, this Hello Fall sign. And guys, these are not in any order. I could have put it in order, but I did not. And then this, your count your blessings. I think this turned out cute as well. And here are all, except for I think the two of the signs styled together. And I think these turned out very cute, very warm, earthy tones. And I really love these DIYs. So guys, if you enjoyed any of these projects for tonight, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you leave me a comment in the comment section of this video. And also guys, make sure that you are smiling because it increases your face value. Until the next DIY.